Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Triple P, episode number 7. Today's guest is Bobby Frazzetto, Bobby Frazz, and we've known each other what about a year or so?
Yeah, probably just about 2 years, I would say.
Yeah, and I met you, believe it or not, watching one of your reviews of your food. Your food that you were doing. I said, wow. Actually, Andrea spotted you because we were reaching out to somebody else at first, but he was too good for us, and we reached out to you, and I'm glad we did. So the way we do our podcast, Bobby, basically it's unscripted, it's very personable, and it's all about making memories.
Yeah.
Our food, music, acting. I think Blue Martini might be in the studio later on too.
Sure.
We also have Uncle Eddie. How you doing's going to be here.
Love Uncle Eats.
So why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself? Your history, everything.
Sure. So I'm born and raised Monmouth County boy. I live in Middletown in New Jersey, where my beautiful wife and son are, and our soon-to-be baby girl.
There you go.
But my parents are still in Middletown. Been a Jersey boy my entire life. Did a short stint in LA for a couple of years with work, but decided to settle down in Monmouth County, be close to family, and be in the place I love, which is the Jersey Shore. So, being that said, I did live in Hoboken for a number of years, and that's where I really kind of came up with this Bobby Frazz Instagram handle. Just because, like most people in COVID, wanted a hobby that found something to do, and I love pizza. It's been in my family since I was a little boy, doing pizza Fridays with my parents, and my dad would come home from work with a pizza on Fridays, and then we would run out to Blockbuster and pick our favorite movies and popcorn and talk about the 90s, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's amazing that that stuff's not around, but that's how it was in my blood. And, but going back to COVID, I would go around to local pizzerias and kind of just showcase great pizza, some damn good pizza.
Yeah.
And this little platform was born. And it's been great ever since, and it's grown. And I had some great people like you reach out to me, and I'm so thankful for that. And I'm thankful to be here on this podcast today, and thankful to be part of What's Cooking Jersey Shore. It's just been a great, great platform, not only for myself, but really it's about community. It's about highlighting great small businesses. It's about highlighting people that deserve to be highlighted. It's very less about myself, more about them. And that's why I built it. And it's been really flourishing. And again, I'm always honored when places reach out to want to work together because, again, it's all charity. It's all for fun. It's all to really highlight our great community and the great small businesses and the hardworking people that live there. So that's how I got to build this wonderful platform.
Yeah.
Lucky enough to be here with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it goes both ways too. We're grateful to have you as part of What's Cooking. When Andrea mentioned you to me, man, I started watching your videos. This guy's passionate, and he kind of knows what he's talking about too. And that's a big thing because, you know, um, I'm getting up there, so I got a couple more good years with me. But, you know, Bobby Frazz, who's a good person to step in. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
I mean, look, you had a great time with Pizza More last
Oh, I
night.
love it.
I gave the mic to you, and you were a natural. Bill's baby, I said it. So, my man, Bobby Frazz.
I do love being on the mic, so I appreciate it. And maybe I should add MC just to one of my job lists. Because,
Yeah,
it's a fun gig, and but again, it's because it's a passion of mine, and it's great highlighting our local community and the pizza community that's there, and having fun with them, and announcing everybody, and announcing what's going on to the crowd, and getting everyone hyped up for a truly wonderful event. And I am so excited to do it again this year.
And this year we're adding Connecticut to the mix.
I know that is going to be a huge ad. Although I wasn't able to join you in Connecticut, I'm excited about the pizzerias you've chosen, and I've heard some wonderful things about their food. And I'm really interested to see how they're going to join in with our Jersey crew.
Well, we're keeping our fingers crossed. They have a place in Yonkers too, Frank Pepe's. So they par bake their pizzas and then put them in a warming. It's like an outdoor sham they have, and then they come down with the monoform in the oven. So they might be coming to Pizza War too, outside sampling the famous Frank Pepe pizza.
That would just be a wonderful addition for the crowd. That'd be fun.
But okay, other than the podcast, what does Bobby Frazz do to make money for his family?
So I work for Cats Media Group, a wonderful company that hired me right out of college. I was lucky enough to land a job all the way back in 2010. So I've been there for 16 years, which I can't believe it. I just celebrated my anniversary recently. But they're a wonderful company that taught me everything I know today about media. The company's rooted in radio, which I love. Again, something that's rooted in community, the original influencers or DJs. I still listen to live talk radio every day. I love WFAN. I love New Jersey 101.5. I love our local music stations. Thunder Country is always on the dial. My
Rock
mother
and
listens to it
Robin.
all the time. Rock and Robin, Rap Radio. Actually, I
Yeah,
had
he's at Thunder now.
Right, right. But talk about rap radio as well. I had an internship there, which got me into radio. So that's where I had my birth over at Cats. And again, we do all sorts of media solutions. So over the air is just one thing that we do, but we do come up with all sorts of marketing solutions for advertisers, whether it be digital streaming or pure plays like Spotify or podcasting that's huge now, and CTV that's growing exponentially. But basically that's what I do on a daily basis is work with this company and work with, advertisers, agencies, come up with marketing plans and go to market for advertisers, trying to lift their ROI, reach new consumers, and find new ways to find new customers for these companies. So it's a great, great company. I'm lucky to be there. And again, I got everything I know for media from Cats, including social media because it's so ingrained in what we do with our DJs and having
Right.
them do influencing and having them do endorsements. Uh, that's how I picked it up initially. And then when social media became gigantic, exploding out of COVID, I figured why not I could take this on myself. So that's how I came up with the hobby, Bobby Frazz, for the Instagram handle. But that's what I do for a living. And again, I can't say enough great things about that company. It's such a great company to work for and introduce me to very very wonderful people across the country.
Now, Cats Media is what, part of Town Square or
No, so we work with
Town?
broadcast
Okay.
companies, right? So Town Square is one of the big companies that we work with, along with Cumulus, Odyssey, Radio One, Univision. Some really big broadcast companies out there. I mean, we work with essentially every single one within the
Nice.
broadcast industry. And that's how we work with each individual broadcast company across the country.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting work.
It's exciting work and it's social work, and I talk all day, which I clearly love talking, so it's a good job for me. And it's been a great, great career, and going to continue to love that career while I also continue to do social media with you and do what we do for our local community. It's a great blend of both.
Well, yeah, we have like a good synergy doing
Yeah,
put everything together.
absolutely.
Um, you add another dimension, but similar to what we do, but you add a little bit more youth to the
I don't know how
to the
you feel I
channel.
am these days, but I appreciate
You
it.
know, it's good. You're adding a different dimension to what's cooking, and we've got our Facebook page that
Yeah,
you know what we talk about is basically, and it's the truth. When you talk about pizza, you talk about food, you talk about all this stuff. It's all about you know making memories.
yeah,
You know, at best memories are made at the dinner table. Um, and we started this up again when Andrea and I when we had lost touch. I ran into her in the most awkward spot, and we just happened during COVID. Same thing, and we were just trying to shine a light, and that's what we do: shine a light on the small businesses, and that's what Pizza Ward's all about.
yeah.
We could bring in the big guys that have got all the accolades, but we try to find the mom and pops, and there's a lot of really, really good mom and pops that don't get the accolades they deserve.
Yeah.
So that's what we're all about.
And I think it's fun finding hidden gems and pizzerias like we talk about that deserve to be shown, that deserve a shot to get some highlights, to get into a competition, going up against some big pizzerias like a Tremonto's, like some of these other guys that have won before.
Yeah,
And it's really fun to bring newcomers in that are passionate, that are community minded, that are family minded, and it's really great to see them flourish in an event like this.
yeah, it's getting more and more interesting because this year it's Connecticut. Next year, we're gonna go look for some New York pizza
Yeah,
restaurants to add to the mix.
yeah,
Um, Basically, like I said, we're a 501c3, and you know we do this for bragging rights.
Yeah.
You know, the people get bragging rights, and we do this for a good cause.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Oh, it's a blast. It's a blast. Seeing everybody hang out together, just getting the community together, hanging out, waiting for everybody to take their turn. But, the bar's usually pretty packed. Everyone's having a good time. Obviously, you got a DJ, we got entertainment, we got some great food, not only from the pizzerias, but from
Taste
the
the
town.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's a really fun element because people get to hang out and try different foods, not just Italian food, but we had sushi, great sushi
Yeah.
last week.
Sunsets.
Yeah, that was amazing. Opco's Donuts was on site. Some really great small
This
businesses.
year we're going to probably have Buns of Anarchy is going to be there too.
It'd be
You
fantastic.
know, Chef Nate makes some good product. They
Can't wait to check it out.
Bloody Mary contest, and people were really digging his food and stuff. I know we have Della Cucina's coming back.
Oh yeah,
She's going to defend her taste of the town.
yeah,
Uh,
fantastic meatballs.
and she just opened up her restaurant next to the deli, and we went there Saturday night. It was excellent. It was really, really good.
Well, adding that to the list. That would be fantastic. It's gonna be fun.
So let's get back to pizza. I know you dabble at home, you play around with stuff.
Yeah.
First one, if you had to choose what your favorite type of pizza was, what is your
Let's say,
favorite type of pizza? But if you had to pick one,
pick one. All right, I'm gonna go Jersey classic. I love
traditional.
traditional, but I'm gonna go tavern style. I call it tavern style, but it's that raisin thin crust, and
Oh, yeah.
I know this kicks up a storm every time we talk about it because people either love this pizza or hate this pizza or say it's outdated. But when we talk about pizza from, Pete and Elda's, Brothers in Red Bank, Val's Tavern, Star Tavern,
Federici, Frankie Fez.
Frankie Fed, Squan Tavern,
Yeah.
we're talking about that cracker crust. That pizza is literally, as thin as a sheet of paper, but the flavor is outrageous. Call it nostalgic, the tie to history, the generations that some of these places have gone through. These places just really call to me, and I love those pizzas, and I love taking my family to those pizzerias. I'm right around the corner from Brothers in Middletown, so I've taken my little guy there literally when he was 3 months old.
That's Brothers in Red Bank. Right?
Brothers in Red Bank, yeah, yeah. The Turner family owns it now. Fantastic people, great food. Done a couple of videos with them, and looking to do a couple more. But it's really great pizza. But all of those styles of pizza truly are my favorite, my go-tos.
I gotta agree with you. I like a nice thin crust pizza.
Yeah,
We have one of our newest additions to Pizza War from Central Jersey, Joe's Famous Pizza. That's the one you tasted cold.
brought me that pizza, but that pizza was excellent. Talk about along the same lines. That pizza is phenomenal.
1946.
Yeah.
It's a generational business, and I'm looking forward to having. We have some great pizzerias this year. You know, I mean Bucky's,
Amazing sourdough pies.
Grumpy's.
Also amazing sourdough pizza. We're gonna have a lot of sourdough.
Yeah. Well,
A lot of sourdough.
we got to see if the Amano brothers are
Yeah.
willing, because I really want to try that pizza.
They're so fun to have in the event as well. They're just good people, fun people, energetic, exciting, and their pizza is phenomenal. I love Amano Brothers, and also recently switched to sourdough pies, so it'd be interesting to get them in the mix too.
Yeah. We've got some great pizzerias. Like I said, then three from Connecticut.
Yeah,
We were talking this morning. I was on the morning show at 101.5. Steve Travelise was filling in for Bill Spadia, and we were talking about frozen pizzas. I don't know if you're too young to know. Do you remember the Tree Tavern pizza with that little white box with the green lettering on it, and you bought it at the supermarket?
I have probably had it. I can't recall exactly going out and buying it myself. My first introduction to frozen pizza was probably like most Ilios pizza.
Oh yeah, Ilios. Yeah, we used to get the Tree Taverns. We used to buy about 4 or 5 of them, and it's really a nasty pizza. But when you really, it's like the sauce tastes like, you know,
Yeah.
Kevorkian sauce.
Right.
But and late at night, it does the trick.
Yeah.
But what's your go-to if we have to get something you can put in the freezer?
So I just I just dipped my toe back into this. I don't know if a lot of people have seen, there's some companies, local companies, getting back into the frozen pizza business where they have it in store to pick up quickly, to throw in your freezer, or some of them that have been famous pizza trucks like Pie O My,
Oh
that are
yeah.
now shipping nationwide. So shout out to Pie O My. Just did a video with them recently about their frozen pizzas. I did a margarita pizza. I actually did it in like indoor uni oven, but you could do it in their traditional oven on the sheet pan as well. But that pizza was excellent. It was so good that it's probably become my number two go-to. But my number one is actually this little place in the Highlands
You already know who you're going to talk about.
called Franny's Pizzeria.
They've got great pizza. We've been there. Franny's is they have a great pie. But I've seen you do videos.
But yeah, Maya has now taken her famous Franny's Granny, which their grandma pies are some of the best, but she's taken her famous Franny Granny and put it in a frozen pie that you could pick up in her store. She is looking to distribute, so I'm sure that's coming soon. But this pie, let me tell you, it's probably the closest thing to the real product I've ever had. Meaning, when that thing came out of my oven, it tasted like I just picked it up out of her oven at the shop. It was so good. My wife loved it. I loved it. My son inhaled it. It's probably my number one frozen pizza right now. And I know it's local to New Jersey, local to Monmouth County, but I'm hooked on it. And every time I go pick up real food, I pick up about a handful of those and throw in the freezer for later too.
There you
It's
go.
great. It's great. So
Well, we have one of our finalists from Connecticut, Carmine's Pizza in Darby, Connecticut. It was right, or Durham, Connecticut. Connecticut.
dun,
'Cause I remember I kept saying Bull Durham.
dun.
He does a couple different frozen pizzas, and they're in ShopRite.
I saw that after your video.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize the
And
name.
they are so good.
All right. All
So
right.
yeah,
Gotta
that's
add that.
food for thought. Carmine's Pizza, you'll see it in certain ShopRite, certain Acme's have it.
Is that a New Haven style frozen or like
It's
more traditional?
it's more of a traditional
Okay.
food. It's not really but he's got, with toppings on it. He's got a
Yeah.
plain. He does a couple different ones.
Okay.
So, and it's a great pie.
I love that.
We're going to be tasting it firsthand
Okay.
September because he's going to be there.
I'm excited for that too. Yeah.
We have, three really great pizzerias. New Haven Pizza was our first, then Carmine's, and then last was Pat's Hot Eats,
Yeah.
um, in the Forbes gas station.
Is that the gas station one?
Yeah, but this kid is using unbleached bromate, and he's doing the fermentation, and he had never, same thing. He was, thrown into it, and he became a scientist.
Great.
And that's what you look at when you look at like a Passy Dough, uh, some of these guys, Bucky's and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They never did this before. Bucky started with a truck, I think it was,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then he went to
Detroit
brick and
style.
mortar. Yeah. A lot of, and that's what a lot of the old timers get pissed off. And I got to tell you guys, relax. I'm an old timer too. And guess what?
There's no need.
You have to be open-minded. I mean, when Enzo first brought me to his seminar, I was like, what are you going to teach me? But I decided to have an open mind. And what this youth is doing now, they're doing the science.
Yeah.
The proper leavening, hydration, proper butterfat content with the cheese. Same thing with the sauce, using the proper sauces and everything, proper mix of sauce.
It's really some of it's just like old school baking techniques
Yeah.
that have
Yeah.
come forward.
Yeah.
And they're just doing it the right way, doing it like your point, doing the science behind why it works. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's fantastic. And in the words of Angelo Kiro, who I just spoke to, he said it most eloquently. There are pizza makers and pizza crafters, and a lot of these newcomers are in that pizza crafters
Yeah.
side of the business where they're really coming up with new ways to craft incredible pizzas.
So old timers like me, don't hate, love, spread love. I mean, this is a business where there's nothing but love. We were talking with Steve Trevelise earlier about Guy Matson's event, Pizza Bowl. I mean,
Cool event.
that is one hell of a party
It
when
is.
you go there, and there's nothing but love in that building.
It
It's
is.
fun.
Yep.
We do Pizza War. It's a little bit different. It's less of a party, but it's a fun time too. But it's the same thing. It's built around a bunch of friends in a pizza family. There's going to be winners, and put it this way: there's no losers because all 16 finalists are all winners, and every pizzeria that's out there that we've gone to, they're all winners. We just add a little bit of oomph to it, and they get a little bit of bragging rights. Anyway, with that being said, we're gonna take a short break,
Cool.
and we're gonna break a little bread. We got. Hopefully, I did some justice to what you asked me.
I'm excited to check it out.
So we'll see you in a little bit. All right, we're back. So Bobby, you asked me for shrimp fra diavolo.
I did.
Well, Bobby actually asked me to make some kind of pizza first. No, we're not gonna do
I
pizza.
did.
Let me show you that I can cook other than make pizza. So I did my version of shrimp fra diavolo. These are 8 to 12 size shrimps. It's a plum tomato sauce that we do al momento. Basically, we do the mother sauce with the garlic, the fresh basil, olive oil, and sea salt. We muddle that. We mix it with the sauce, and then we finish it up. And this has got Calabrian chilies in it. Pulled them out and I put them in the can. But go ahead and taste. Tell me what you think.
All right. It smells fantastic. So all the spices you were just talking about, you can smell. But this is
And it's homemade pasta. The pasta underneath.
so you placing the ribbons in over there. Look fantastic.
Mm.
Wow.
Got that little bit of heat,
The heat's perfect. The heat's perfect.
and I let the Calabrians just do their thing. I put them
Yeah.
nice and nice and
The tomatoes there. Oh God, it's a great sauce. Love the Calabrian heat. Little fresh basil. Should say
It's a very simple sauce, very simple marinara. The glaze with a little bit of white wine. Put the shrimp in.
those are juicy shrimp.
Yeah, they're whites. They're great shrimp.
Wow, this is an excellent dish, chef. Right on the money.
So I'm glad I did did
Ah,
you justice with it.
you nailed it. I love spicy pasta, spicy pizza, spicy anything. Doesn't always agree with
Yeah, tell me about it.
me.
But that's what they say. Us Italians were freaking stubborn. We eat this crap that we're not supposed to eat, and that's why I'm sick more than I'm healthy.
Yeah, I blame myself more than anything, but I love it, and it's really good. I mean, probably my grandfather, my father, mother, even they all gravitated towards Fra Diavolo sauce, and eventually, when you know, I grew up from being a kid eating pizza and chicken nuggets, I gravitated towards this, and it's something that I go for every time I'm at a restaurant. If there's a seafood
Soup
Fra
and
Diavolo,
veg, yeah.
pesh, that's what I go for. So that's definitely where the craving comes from. And again, it connects to family and talk about food being rooted in family and community and memories, and that's where it comes from. True,
It's actually very good.
it's very good. You did a wonderful job. The handmade pasta's wonderful too.
Yeah, little
I,
little tagliatini.
I'm highly impressed. This is delicious. How
And
did
you got
you come through?
and you got to taste the slice before we came back on air from Marinella's in Lakewood. What'd you think?
That was actually pretty good. So you said that pizza's in stadium?
That's in the stadium. It's not as good as at the stadium because they got to put it in them carrots.
Right. Yeah.
And it become so we actually went to her brick and mortar and we tasted it, and this is I reheated the slice because it's old school but it's good.
Yeah.
Light, it's
Yeah.
it's
We were talking about Jersey classic pies before. That's kind of what it reminded me of. It was like that old school flavor.
Yeah.
You tasted the oregano in the sauce, but it was very cheesy. The crust was nice.
Yeah.
It was a classic crust, but had a nice crunch, good flavor. That's what you look for. I feel like that's a very classic Jersey pie, and I thought it was very good.
Yeah, so did I. I liked it, like I said, when I tasted it at the stadium, and I said, man, I gotta go taste it, coming out of the oven.
Yeah.
And I think they might be a piece of work. Uh,
Yeah.
well, they're two sisters.
I like that.
Never made pizza before in their lives.
Yeah.
Right? They bought the business. Their help quit on them because they didn't want to work for women, so they had to be self-taught. Yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
and they do a great job. They
I
do a
like the
great job.
story, and they definitely do a good job. I like the pizza, and I would love to have the pizza.
Yeah, yeah. They're great, great.
Awesome.
We got Uncle Eddie in the background. He's going to be our next podcast. What do you think of that pasta? How you doing?
You doing delicious. That's delicious.
I love it.
I think Lou Martini Jr. might be visiting us tonight too. But
It's fantastic.
what what did you see for our growth a little bit more? Um, you know, as we do this, I know we're working on a coalition.
I think the Pizza Coalition is a wonderful angle for what we're doing for the growth, just because it's anchored again. It starts with what the root of what's cooking is, and it's anchored in charity for community,
Yeah,
good cause,
yeah.
and that's what truly the Pizza Coalition is. Um, it's less about media, more about truly bringing a community together to help each other. Sharing resources, sharing ideas, sharing success stories, lifting each other up. You know,
And the biggest thing for mom and pop, strength in numbers.
correct.
So you get enough people in this coalition, we talk to PFG, or we talk to whoever it is. That listen, we've got 70 pizzerias that are in our group.
Yeah,
You got to really work the best prices, and you'll get all of them.
yeah,
Same thing
absolutely.
with the hood cleaning people, the insurance agency.
Yeah,
So we can definitely, you know, we can definitely help each other out, and really grow as a family.
absolutely.
A pizza family.
Exactly, and I think that's what I see, and that's where I foresee being phenomenal growth. Plus the phenomenal charity work that you've been doing with this for just what's cooking in general. Seeing the people we've helped, the families we helped, the businesses we've helped, what we've raised for businesses in the past. It's a feel good thing. I love it. That's what got me involved with what's cooking. It's just truly helping out from a community mindset. But just continuing to grow the charity side of the business is just going to be something I think that's going to come natural for us as we continue to grow organically. But I think it's also going to be a big part of what we do.
And being that you're part of this charity, let's let the public know. In less than 3 years, 2.5 years, our small charity has raised over $32,000, close to $33,000 for whether it be food for St. Luke's and stuff like that, Oceans Harbor House. We've done Oceans of Love. In the beginning, we had a young girl with pediatric cancer, Adeline Katarski. We sent some money to them. We tried to give their parents, our parents, a little bit of an anniversary dinner because they were stuck in the hospital. So if you guys got, a small charity that needs help, people that are down on their luck and stuff like that, whether it be food, whatever, that's what we look for. We're grassroots and we basically, we help wherever we can.
That's a big number when we're not out marching around asking for donations every day.
No, and we're not state funded. We do this all ourselves.
Exactly.
So when the haters are out there and saying, don't go to Pizza War, what's he doing, funding himself? In Italian, we say, ma vaffanculo, you know? Be educated and know the facts. We do give back. We give back as much as we can.
Absolutely.
Um,
And we've seen it.
yeah,
We've seen it. We've seen the people that it benefits and truly how it helped them out, whether they're in need or desperate situations. It truly has helped people, and it's something. It's a feeling that I'll never forget, and it's something I love to do. And I think that's the beauty of what's going
well,
on.
I'm glad to have you on board because you definitely are an asset to us. And pretty soon, we don't know how much we're going to have you because now you got a baby girl. Come and forget about it. Your life's going to change drastically.
You phone me in. Phone me in for street
Believe me.
calls. Yeah,
Believe me.
yeah. But we're excited to bring another baby girl into this world, and I have my baby boy at home as well. So yeah, I'll be a busy dad, but you know me, I will help however I can. We'll figure
And
it
you
out.
do, Bobby. You do. So I'm glad that we did our paths did cross. Because Andrea, though,
Yeah,
she does miracles on the other side of the
yeah,
show. But
that's absolutely.
anyway, with that being said, we're gonna wrap up another episode of Triple P. I want to thank you, Bobby, for being my guest.
Thank you, Chef. I
And
appreciate being here.
Bobby, give me your tagline before I close.
Go get yourself some pizza.
Tante bella cose. Ciao.